What's up, Wikimaniacs? To our first ever Update Wednesday, title pending. Let us know in the comments what we should title this segment that we're going to be doing. But basically, what we're going to do is look back on a story that we have covered in the past. I got tagged with an update, and we're going to read the update for you all today. But what I'll do first is I will clip the segment into this first part here, where we actually read the original story. And so if you want to listen to the original story again so that you can get a refresher, feel free to listen to that. We'll put timestamps in if you want to skip it and just go straight to the update. But the title of this one is, Am I the Asshole for Wanting to Divorce My Husband Because He Wanted a Son? We covered this on December 1st.
Damn, that's a long time ago. I have no idea what I said. So watch it change around, but we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll hop into the story now.
Get therapy.
This last one here, we got cross-posted by Me Mao Chan, and the title is, Am I the Asshole for Wanting to Divorce My Husband Because He Wanted a Son?
I'm gonna say, I know Sean's gonna say no for this one, so I'm gonna go with yes, because your husband deserves to have a son.
Wow.
Wink, wink.
Falling on the sword. Watch you actually end up still right. I'm going to go not the asshole. I'm guessing he freaked out at the gender reveal, and everyone has put a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
Could you imagine the twist? I hate our son, and I leave him outside every day, and our husband tells me I can't do that to him.
Holy shit,
Holy
dude.
shit.
I can't
I just want to put it out there, Wikimaniacs. I'm bombing this on purpose, okay? I don't really feel that way.
No,
the guilt is hitting John. The guilt is hitting John.
Yeah, so huge trigger warning for this one. Before we get into it, there is talk of losing like stillborn child and verbal abuse. There's probably more in here, but those are the big two. So if you're uncomfortable with that stuff, feel free to skip this story and we'll be back on Monday for you. But for everyone else, let's hop into it.
I'm ready to get some like comments from people who didn't really get that context.
You're a piece of shit, John.
They're like, you're a piece of shit, John.
I mean, they're right, but for the wrong reason. So I, 27 female, have been with my husband, 29 male, for 5 years. Married for 3 of those years. Our marriage was perfect and we were so happy. It felt like our entire life was perfect. Church on Sunday, loving husband, beautiful home, all of it. A few months into our marriage, I became pregnant, and my husband and I were overjoyed, and so was the rest of our family. My husband was especially happy after finding out our baby was a boy, as he'd always told me he wanted at least one son. I even started to try and attempt to repair my relationship with my mother, so our son could have a relationship with his grandparents. I had originally cut off most contact with my mother due to how she treated my brother when he married his husband, though my brother said he was all right with my decision to try and get her back in my life, since he still has love for her and my baby was her first grandchild. So, you know, mom's obviously homophobic, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Not great. However, our son ended up stillborn, and it broke me.
Oh.
I fell into a depression and even at one point considered taking my life.
No.
But my husband was there for me during all of it, and we got through the grief. Our marriage felt stronger than ever, and life started slowly feeling beautiful again, even though it no longer felt perfect. About 5 months ago, I found out I'm pregnant again, and then found out soon after that we're having triplets. So that's awesome.
Congrats. That's fucking sick.
Damn.
My husband and I were over the moon, and he was the most doting and loving husband. Since we all had always wanted 2 to 3 children, we agreed we wouldn't try for any more children after this. Because of our family's excitement for the triplets, we decided to throw a baby shower and gender reveal party. We trusted my brother with the gender reveal of the triplets, and he brought some confetti cannons with colored streamers inside. The baby shower went wonderfully with my parents, in-laws, my brother and his husband and their daughter, and tons of friends and extended family. It was like a dream come true, and I was so excited for the gender reveal. I don't care what the gender of the baby was, I just wanted a healthy little babies. But my husband was clearly excited for potentially 3 sons. Yes, exactly. That's all you should hope for, is just healthy children.
Mm-hmm.
When the time came, me and my husband and my brother all shot a confetti cannon, and all 3 shot out pink confetti. I was so excited, and so was my brother, but my husband screamed at the top of his lungs and hit the table in front of us.
Oh,
hitting it so hard that it actually broke. He then screamed at me that I was supposed to give him at least one son because I killed the first one.
Oh my God.
Yeah. That's when I burst into tears. I'd been so broken up about our son's stillbirth, and that part of me had still felt it was my fault. And now he, my husband, the love of my life, was telling me it was. My brother immediately stepped in and tried to get my husband to calm down, but my husband shoved my brother. So my brother instead pulled me inside where I cried in the living room while my husband's mother tried to calm him down.
I would have beat his ass, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. I could hear him screaming outside about how 3 daughters are too many and how he doesn't want 4 kids, but he also wants a son. Ever since that moment, my husband has hardly talked to me. He's been sleeping in the guest room, and when we do interact, he's clearly upset and mad and tries to argue with me. I tried to talk to him about it and asked how he'll be with our 3 daughters, but he spat at me and told me he will provide them shelter and food, but he isn't interested in daughters and doesn't plan to have a close relationship with them.
Like literally spat?
Unclear. I don't know if she meant he spat back at her like this
just
comment or
quick
Like clapping
and-
back.
Yeah.
Either's terrible.
Either way, it's
Either
not
way,
good.
yes.
Yeah. That sealed the deal, and I wanted to divorce him, and I cried
Good.
myself to sleep that night. Earlier today, I confided in my mother and mother-in-law about all of this, but they told me I can't divorce my husband just because he wants a son.
I gotta say, your mother
Your mother-in-law sucks
and
ass.
probably mother-in-law, both probably
Fuck
not
'em.
great. Your mom's already homophobic. I don't know if you should be asking for her advice, really.
Yeah, true.
And then the mother-in-law,
Bias,
know,
obviously.
obviously
Yeah.
biased, but like, if my kid did that shit, I would not be trying to calm them down. I would be trying to fight them.
Yes.
I would be fighting my child because I was like, you're going to fucking embarrass me in front of all these people, you stupid piece of shit.
Uh,
I don't know.
I
Like, I didn't
like,
raise
they
you
were-
to be this
Yeah.
much of a dick.
They were both at the party. They saw this shit.
Dude, I'm glad that it happened in front of everybody because now whenever y'all do get divorced, everybody's going to be like, thank God, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that guy's
I'm
an
with
ass.
that. That guy is
Well-
fucking insane. He broke the goddamn table.
Maybe not everyone. It sounds like
Well, not
Two
everyone. The fucking homophobes.
the shitty people will be
yeah.
on his side. Yeah, that is crazy. So I don't want my daughters to grow up in an unloving household where their parents constantly argue and their father doesn't love them. The moment my husband said I killed our son, I felt as though I lost all the love I had for him in an instant, and I
Good.
don't want my daughters to be in that kind of household. However, both my mom and mother-in-law says it's just natural for men to want sons. It's not.
It's not.
And that at least he isn't saying that he'll mistreat them. What a bar. What a low bar to set.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting a son, but I
For
think
sure.
wanting a son at the, this
At that
badly
level.
and like hating a daughter or any child that comes out that's not a son, that's crazy. But I think
Yeah.
Like you can hope, right?
Yeah.
Like what Shauna said, you can hope like when they pull the strings and the confetti comes out, it's blue, right? You can hope. But the moment you see the other color and it's a daughter or a son, whatever, you better still react the same way as you would.
Yeah.
Sure.
You better still have that same excitement and saying like, hey, no matter what, I'm going to end up having a healthy kid.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Horrible.
I would say this. If you are hoping for one gender over the other, maybe look inwards as to why that is, because it's more of
Mhm.
it says more about you, I think, than anything else. Because like, if I ever have kids, I don't care. I truly don't. I don't know. Do men think it's like makes them less manly if they don't?
I hate that. I
don't
hate the
understand.
excuse of saying that, oh, because I want a guy, they'll be able to bond with them more. So what you're trying to tell me is if you have a daughter or it's the vice versa, if
Yeah.
you're a woman wanting to have a girl, like you can't bond with your kid or you can't learn their interest because you're incapable of doing that. So I it's a cop-out excuse in my opinion.
Yeah.
Just
That-
prefer to have a healthy kid.
Yeah. That's the most
That's
important
exactly.
thing.
Yeah, exactly. That was my only caveat. Just take a look inward if you really hope for one or the other, and
I agree.
and see why that is, and then be happy with either. That's kind of where I'm at.
Although I would say like I've seen a lot of like TikToks with
Oh, there's so many bad ones.
There's some bad ones, but there's also been like amazing ones where like girl dads are so proud. Like Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, huge girl dad, and he's so proud of Gigi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you can have bonds if like a woman to like a boy kid or like a male to like a, you know,
whatever, XYZ,
what
yeah.
fucking ever.
Yeah, exactly, John. So they treat this as an absolute fact and acted as though it was just a silly little girl who didn't know anything. I felt incredibly small and stupid. I don't know what to do. My mother-in-law and my mother make me feel like I may be overreacting to my husband's behavior, but my brother says that this is not normal, as he and his husband are both men who absolutely love their daughter. I'm also not sure what to do with myself if I divorce my husband. I don't work, and I'm not sure how I'll be able to find a job that can support me and 3 babies all on my own, or how I'll make time for all of them when I have to work. I feel so lost and helpless. I'm torn on what to do because I worry divorce will be too brash of a decision, and that maybe my mother and mother-in-law are right. So am I the asshole?
No.
Here's what it is. I'm assuming, given how religious y'all are, there was no prenup. Fucking milk that man dry. Like, fucking child support. That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
So
And you get 3?
yeah,
Shit.
you know what I'm
True.
saying? Fucking divorce and bleed that man dry. Yeah.
That piece of shit.
He fucking sucks. Yeah, don't feel like you're stuck in a relationship where there is no love and where he has already openly admitted that he won't love the 3 kids that are coming.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I think it's an easy decision to make. You'll figure it out as you go. Again, I'm like 99% sure there's no prenup just because, yeah, most religious people don't believe in that because they don't believe in divorce or whatever. But divorce
I
is
see.
absolutely like an option that should be taken here.
Also, again,
There's no amount of counseling that is going to fix.
No,
No,
it's
I don't
done.
think.
There's no solving
The
this
trust
whatsoever.
is over.
And like going back to the first story we had, I did say like I am the type of person that catastrophizes everything, and to me, this situation screams a future possible domestic violence going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So if
He
one
fucking
child
broke
abuse.
a table.
or child abuse or
Yeah.
broke the table, like what Sean said during a party.
That's a crazy
already
response.
It is a crazy response.
anything.
That like violent outburst. Not only private is a whole. Is a different. Like, it's not even a different story. But publicly able to pull that shit.
Yeah.
That's scary. 2, he already holds resentment towards you because you quote unquote killed your supposedly male child. Horrible to blame your partner for that. And 3, you know, like he already like suggested and put the idea that like he's not gonna have any like some sort of feelings or care about the 3 daughters you're gonna have. That's domestic violence, child abuse waiting to happen. And you do the right thing right now. Divorce, and like what Sean said, milk that man for every single goddamn dime he has, because he's a piece of shit and he don't deserve anything positive in his life.
Yeah. And on top of that, fuck your mother and mother-in-law.
That too.
For being like, yeah, you should just look past this. Like, what way to just brush past abuse. That's crazy to me. And then being like, your kids will have a father who will tolerate them, basically, is what they're saying. Like, that's fine. It's like,
that's not what a parent should
that's
be, man.
crazy. You should love and care for your kids and want to be there. And no matter what gender or anything they are, absolutely insane. So Reddit obviously deemed not the asshole. And I picked a kind of a funny one just to uplift a little bit. So Sel Wild said, husband went full Henry the Eighth, never go full Henry the Eighth. I hope OP realizes the giant walking red flag that he is and divorces him. So quote of the day, never go Henry the Eighth is what we'll go out on.
It's a fact.
All right. So that is the story. Let's hop into the update from Open lower score Breadfruit, lower score 5391. And I got to give a shout out to Pearly Complaints for tagging me in this story with the update.
Ooh.
Yeah, shout out to you, Pearly Complaints, and Saskia for actually tagging me and letting me know.
The goat.
The goat. Let me get the goat button. There we go. So I didn't expect to have an update so soon, but after reading everyone's comments, I decided to take action immediately and went to my brother's house. We talked for hours through the night and came up with a plan. I am going to divorce my husband.
Hell yes.
Hell yes, that's exactly what you need to do. He's shown the kind of man he is, and I don't want to live in or raise daughters in that kind of environment. I'm going to move in with my brother and brother-in-law during all of this. He and his husband have such a nice large house where I can have my own room and nursery for the triplets. I originally worried that perhaps myself and the 3 babies would be overwhelmed or a burden to him and my brother-in-law, but they assured me they would love to have us here. I knew everything would be okay when my brother even offered to have a baby monitor put in their bedroom so he could help if more than one of the triplets woke up during the night. That's a fucking good brother.
That's a freaking outstanding brother right there. That's what family should be like.
That's what your husband should have been like.
Exactly. Which, husband should have been your family too, but his dumbass was out here being misogynist. Oh my God.
Dumb piece of shit. My brother-in-law has a nice high-paying job and my brother works from home, so I will have a stable environment and my brother will help me with his nieces. My own niece is excited for us to live with her. The current plan is I will live with my brother and brother-in-law for a while, and once my babies are old enough and where I feel comfortable putting them in daycare, which my brother-in-law offered to pay for, then I could try and find a job of my own where I can save up money and eventually move into a nice place of my own with my daughters. I'm so thankful for my brother and brother-in-law. They truly feel like angels. I would also like to add, get that money from your ex. Fuck that dude.
Yes, please.
That dude owes
triplets
you the
too.
bag.
So that's like triple
That's a good payout.
the amount. But we've talked about a bunch of people with having terrible families in the show. But I always like to highlight when like a brother-in-law or a brother is doing
Both
beyond. Not even just the bare minimum. This is going above and beyond what's expected. Not only just offering a home, offering a stable environment, offering shelter, protection, and all that. Financially saying like, hey, girl, we got you. Don't even worry about it. Like even when you go to daycare, we'll take care of it so you can go ahead and find a job. Love them for all you can because those are rare people to find. So I shout out to brother-in-law and the brother because that's freaking awesome to hear.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. So it goes on to say, my brother and I are also going no contact with my mother. My brother and I discussed her behavior with us growing up, how she treated him when he came out and also got married, and how she treated me these past few days. We decided this was the best course of action as we've given her many chances in our lives to become more stable and kind, but she's always refused them, and we want our daughters to grow up with a loving family. When I knew my husband had left for church this morning, my brother, brother-in-law, and I went to my house and got all my important things, such as documents, clothes, and things that are special to me, as well as all the baby things. My brother-in-law's mother watched my niece while we did all this. She's a kind woman and has offered to be a grandmother to my own babies, which I happily accepted. I will admit that I cried, and I've cried a lot lately, but mostly happy tears. Because my brother and I didn't go to church, my ladies' Bible study group texted me and asked me if we were all right and if we needed anything. I texted them back and told them the truth and what happened, and they were all horrified. They told me they support me and are proud of me for taking the action and are now even planning a bake sale at the church to help raise money for me and my babies. God,
that's
dang.
a dub. That's a good community right there.
It is baffling to me. You have so many great people around you, and you were with this piece of shit. Like,
yeah, my gosh.
And also, apparently, when my husband went out to lunch after church with the men's Bible group, one of the other members is a husband to one of my friends in the Bible group. And when he found out what happened, he yelled at my husband so much that he cried.
Oh, good.
Hell yeah.
Good.
I got a little bit of joy out of hearing that. Not going to lie. We got a lot of joy out of hearing that.
We got a lot of joy hearing that. He got flamed to the point for him to cry about it.
Yeah. My pastor even called me and asked if I'm okay. And he let me know that I'll always have people who support me at the church, which I'm very grateful for. After my husband came home from church and saw that most of my stuff was gone, he blew up my phone, but my brother-in-law called him for me and said he would pay for my husband to get therapy for his grief over our son, and also told him to leave me alone.
They got money, bro. Can we be part of this family? Low key, like y'all sponsoring 3 kids.
Yeah, we'll be your children.
that are gonna be, or one is gonna be in their 30s soon, and the other 30s already. Please.
We're cute.
We're low maintenance. Yeah, we're cute. We're adorable.
My husband has not tried to contact me since, and he has yet to give my brother-in-law an answer for his therapy offer. All in all, I'm so grateful for my brother and brother-in-law. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without them. I'm hopeful for the future, and while this isn't the kind of future I imagined myself or my babies, this is definitely the best one I can currently give them. They say it takes a village, and my babies will definitely have a village full of love and support. Thank you and bless you for to everyone who left comments supporting me. I'm grateful for all of them. I'm glad I could give you a very speedy and happy update. So shout out to you, Open lower score Breadfruit, lower score 5391. We wish you the best going forward. It sounds like you are in great hands. You have great support system, and cutting all the toxicity out of your life will definitely allow your daughters to grow up in a good environment.
Yeah. And I'm usually like anti like church and all that, but I'm very much pro community. And it sounds like you landed in such an amazing community. And like we mentioned earlier, like appreciate those people. Yes, tears are going to be there because you are experiencing grief and you are experiencing loss of a relationship. But if you think about it, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, when you see your healthy triplets running around in a home where they're surrounded by people that loves them, surrounded by a community that adores them, and not with a fucking husband who looks at them like, you guys are not sons. I can't ever love you. Everything is going to be okay. You're in great hands. And like what Josh said, we wish you nothing but the best. And hopefully you have healthy babies and a healthy you moving forward.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Maybe take your brother-in-law up on therapy. I feel that could help everyone, especially going through this kind of trauma. So yeah. Love this update. This was amazing. Super fun to do for the first time. Thank you, Pearly Complaints, for sending that in. And that is our first ever Wednesday update. Let us know if you'd rather us call it something else.
We're not marketers, so we don't know branding that well.
We're not marketers. We're just guys who read Reddit.
Three idiots and a mic.
But yes, thank you very much for this amazing episode. Let us know what you think about it in the comments down below. If you want more stories or get stories and episodes a day early, go to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. Everyone that supports us, know that your funds are greatly appreciated, and it goes
They go to Sean and he doesn't show up.
And he's never here. But thank you, and we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.